Hey, mom and dad. You're probably hearing this. Sorry, the fan is really loud in my room. It's really hot and humid. Um, I don't know how to start this, but you're gonna get this message in the future, and I hope if you hear this one day, that you understand that I've been like this for a long time, and try to understand where I'm coming from. And if you're still upset about this at this point, I don't care if you disown me. You're probably doing the biggest favor at this point in time, me speaking this right now, because I'm kind of tired of being judged, especially being told by my parents how to live my life. But anyway, I'm going to get straight to the point. This is about religion, and you obviously know that we've been Christians our whole life. You've been taking the church and all that stuff growing up, and I don't know how you missed this, guys, but the thing is, for most of my life, I really never liked church and never really understood the concept of Christianity that much, and about like the Bible and about God. And to be honest, when I say this, I don't want you to think, oh, are you an atheist or are you going to learn any other religion? No, it's not that. And the thing is that I'm unsure if God is real or not. I do believe there's a big difference between believing in Jesus and God. God is a supernatural being, and I'm unsure if a supernatural being exists or not. And right now, in 2021 of July 19th, I think, or 20th, I identify myself as an agnostic, which is a person who doesn't practice a religion, or a person who doesn't deny or believe in the existence of a supernatural being. So that's what I consider myself and identify myself as an agnostic person. That's basically what I feel and what I identify myself as of right now. The thing is, I believe that Jesus did exist at a certain period in time as a human being, but I'm unsure if he exists as a supernatural being. And the thing about agnostic is a very complicated topic. So like, the thing is, there's a lot of Bible stories I do believe, and the question is, does that make me an agnostic if I do believe in the Bible stories? And at this point, I'm not 100% sure, but I still consider myself an agnostic because I really don't. I'm unsure if I believe in God or not. The only thing I believe is that he existed in a serious point of time, but there are different levels of agnostics. And I'm sorry if you have to hear this, and I'm assuming Dad, you especially, you're gonna come to the dialogue saying, oh, I didn't come to this country, this Christian country, for you to go believe in another God or all that bullshit. But first of all, this is just me, okay? My whole life, I've had trouble believing in God, not really liking church. You know this very well. I don't know how you missed the signs. It's probably been a long time since you remember, but you know how I used to hide in the bathroom when I was little because I didn't want to go to church. I didn't like church because I thought it was boring. Not that I hated it or anything, but because it was boring and not interesting. And I don't know if you remember this or not, but when I was 8, there was this weekly long service we went to, and I really did not like it because we had to go to church almost 7 days in a row for it's called something called 40-day journey. I don't know if you remember that or not, but this was in the city church, and I punctured a hole in the tire. I hope you remember this. If not, then I'm going to be very devastated because you guys are getting old quickly, which is my worst nightmare. But anyway, I punctured a hole in the tire, and well, it didn't work obviously because we had the other car and we were still able to go to church. But I hope you understand that was the extent I took when I was that young, just to avoid church. And the thing is, I feel like in your mind, personally, from my perspective, that you probably didn't take me seriously because you thought this was a phase. Because I mean, obviously, most kids at that age, 7 to 8, would not find church interesting and reading the Bible. Maybe a few people, very few kids would be into reading the Bible, but for the most part, a lot of kids wouldn't be into that. That's why a lot of times it was like activities and stuff and a little bit of reading, but still then I still didn't like church. The only thing I liked about church was hanging out with friends or peers and doing different activities and stuff like that. But I feel like you thought it would be a phase and I would get over it, but I'm now 20 years old, almost 21, and I still feel the same thing. And I know that I've gone to church before the pandemic. We were going to church on a regular basis. The only reason I would go to church is because you tell me to, and because if I don't, you're going to get mad at me. There's a big argument going to be in the house, and I don't want to have to deal with that bullshit all the time. And or you might disown me, which I keep threatening to disown me and stuff like that. So I don't want to have to put up with that. So I just go to church. Obviously, you know that I don't really read the Bible that often. That I'm sure you're kind of used to at this point. But still, I just want to completely cut off Christianity because it's just not something I've understood or just believe in or not. Like, I'm just still unsure of the existence of God. Okay, so like, I'm sorry you have to hear this, but this is how I've been feeling for most of my life. At some point, Christianity and God didn't mean something for me for a few years. Then after that, probably just over time, I just started to kind of question the existence of God over like a long period of time. I think that that small part of my life, those maybe 3 or 4 years of my whole existence so far, for 21 years, I think the reason I started kind of believing God for that little point in my life is because of thousands of accounts of people who've claimed to see God or go to heaven or go to hell. Like, I personally believe, like, to be honest, I don't know at this point, but I just don't know if God is real or not, and I just hope you understand that. I don't know what else to tell you, but if you want to disown me, go ahead and disown me, and if I showed this video to you and I still feel the same way in the future as of right now, then I hope you understand at this point that I've been feeling like this for a very long time, and this is something I just want to share with you guys. And also, if I have family, friends, or relatives seeing this, I'm sorry, but this is just how I truly have been feeling my whole life. I feel like I've been living a lie my whole life, and it's just been killing me and eating the inside of my heart. But I feel like it's been eating away at me, just living I feel like my life has been a whole lie, pretending to be someone I'm not, and it's just been it's really tiring having to pretend to be something you're not. And I feel like just living my true self and true identity is less work, because pretending to be someone else for such a long time, it just takes a toll on you. It just tears you apart, takes a big toll on you, doing that for years on end. And it's just something I've had to put up with for a long time. And if a human being reaches a point, there's a certain point or limitation a human being gets to where they can't take it anymore. And I don't know, I've been talking about this with Paul, the therapist, and Jeff haven't really talked about with anyone else. There are some people who I will disclose from you for certain purposes who have felt the same way, and also they kind of identify themselves as an atheist and some as agnostic. And like I said, don't question or keep telling me or guessing who those people are, because I'm going to disclose that information to you. So don't keep saying who is it this person, is it that person. Just stop, okay? I'll tell you when I'm ready, but at this point I really hope you guys understand, like, later on in the future. And this is something I'm talking with Paul right now, and I think that's about all I got to say. I'll let you know and keep you updated how I feel about this, but this is truly how I've been feeling most of my life, and I don't know what else to tell you. But regardless of what you think, I still love you guys because you're my family, and it is what it is for me to explain this, but that's all I gotta say. And I just hope you take this what I'm saying, like, well and not negatively. Alright, thanks. Take care.